Hello and welcome to another edition of The Nation right here on Bernama TV. Visit Malaysia year. It's a big year for us as Malaysia welcomes more visitors during Malaysia 2026 or Visit Malaysia 2026. The government is urging hotels to go beyond facilities and star ratings, and this is how they want them to do it. They want them to strengthen service standards, professionalism and operational standards, and this is just so we can safeguard Malaysia's reputation as a leading tourism destination. Now, to discuss how the industry is responding to this, we're joined by 𝐍𝐀𝐓𝐈𝐎𝐍. He's the Chief Executive Officer of the Malaysian Association of Hotels, Mr. 𝐍𝐀, or Mr. Mohan Raj, to be exact. Thank you very much for joining us on the show. It's great to have you here. There's so much happening around the world. You read the news every day, and when you look at the news, you know, does it worry you as to how we're going to deal with Visit Malaysia year?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Gerard. So we were planning very well. You know, after the pandemic, things were getting better. 2023 saw the numbers of visitors increase, and 2024 saw the arrivals reaching pre-pandemic, and 2025 was even better. But now the recent development is just like another COVID 2.0. The Middle East conflict is somewhat worrying, but having said that, we have the experience of going through SARS, COVID 2.0.
Right.
With our diversified market, we are quite resilient in that matter.
Right. So with all the experience we have and the exposure we have to a lot of problems, we have built our own playbook. Now let's just go to the Malaysian Association of Hotels. The support you support and the growth and standards of the Malaysian hotel industry, and of course, and this is to shape Malaysia's tourism image this year, especially during Visit Malaysia year 2026. Now, how do you support? How do you bring about support for this Visit Malaysia year?
Okay, first about MA, a little bit about MA. We were set up in 1974 by a group of passionate hoteliers. Started with 4 hotels. Move forward 52 years. We have about 1,100 members.
Congratulations.
Mainly the 3-star, 4-star and 5-star hotels. And MA is the voice and conduit for hotels, representing the industry in meetings with governments, semi-governments, other industries and NGOs. Yeah? And recently, last year, MA is a strategic partner of Tourism Malaysia, whereby we support Tourism Malaysia in all their advertising, promotion, creating events, sports tourism, etc. Yeah? And this is all the while enhancing hotel standards, sustainability measures, and also adopting digitalization and AI at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, how has the hotel industry evolved over the past few years in response to changing traveler expectations and, of course, the post-pandemic recovery?
Yes. COVID-19 was a game changer for all hotels, yeah? And we know that the travel patterns, packages, length of stay have changed so much after COVID-19. And sustainability is becoming a big criteria now. According to Booking.com, 80% of travelers now are looking for hotels with sustainability initiatives. And also price packaging is very important.
Right. Let's just dial back a little bit. You said sustainability initiatives. Well, what is one of the biggest sustainability initiatives we have in Malaysia? Most hotels carry.
Okay. The main thing is that the amenities, you know, doing away with plastic bottles, the food aspect, the rooms, how we clean the rooms. Those are the main things, and also water management, waste management.
Right. So when you say 80%, does the bulk of the 80% come from Malaysia or overseas? The people who are worried about this, they're
These are overseas. 80% is from foreigners from OTA booking.com.
Well,
These are the foreigners, 80% of them.
yeah, so
Especially the younger generations.
And when you were, of course, giving us a brief on a response to the changing travel expectations, this is one, making sure there's a sustainability initiative, and it stands out to the foreign community coming into Malaysia.
Yeah.
Doesn't say much for us, but having said that, what other initiatives have you come up with in order to better the customer experience here post-pandemic?
Okay, post-pandemic...
It's still at question 2 though. Yeah.
So, yeah, okay. Post-pandemic, eco and nature travelers have increased, to states like Langkawi, Sabah, Sarawak and all that. And of course, post-pandemic, hygiene and cleanliness is of utmost importance. So hotels have stepped up on the cleaning procedures of the rooms, the touch points, the chemical usage, air purification system, airing the room and all. That has become one of our main SOPs, So because we don't want repetition, because we see after post-pandemic there are other viruses, coming in, and people get infected very fast, flus and all. So that is one of the utmost SOP or procedures that hotels, MAH hotels or star hotels have adopted. Yeah.
Right. Now let's move into the service culture and the guest experience. I think that's one of the more important things with regards to keeping people happy, coming back. And when you talk about what happens within the region, when you look at standards in the region, Thailand's really high up there with regards to service culture and guest experience. Now, MOTAC has emphasized that service quality, professionalism, and guest experience are now as important as infrastructure or star rating. So what they're essentially saying is, even if you have a small hotel, but if you have that 6-star experience in any shape, way or form, it is going to do well.
Yes.
Now the big question is, how are Malaysian hotels meeting the highest standards today?
Okay.
Or these highest standards?
Very good question. Yeah. Okay, first thing, the infrastructure. Okay, you go to a hotel, you enter lobby, wow, you see nice deco infrastructure, deco and all. Yes, it's very nice, but the buck stops there. You go to a ballroom, you see a very nice crystal chandelier. Wow, the wow factor there, maybe for a 4-star fight, but the buck stops there. Star rating is more to compliance audit. The cleanliness, the service, the product or the facilities, and the amenities. The buck stops there. But hotel being a people-centric business, the service is utmost important, because you take away the service, how you make people feel. The minister also have, I think, recently came out in the paper saying that Malaysian hotels, on the general, we need to step up the service, whereby, yes, it's right, we must acknowledge due to the pandemic, we lost a lot of staffs. A lot of staff went for gig, especially the rank and file. They went for the gig industries. Those with culinary background, they went for entrepreneur, doing up their own business, online business, small business and all that. And we were suddenly caught with untrained staffs. So this culminated into the service standard. So what we are doing, MAH, we have our MAH L&D, formerly known as MATEC. MAH is 52 years old, MATEC is 30 years old. So MATEC is the driving force. We do a lot of trainings, the course trainings like front office, F&B, housekeeping and all that.
Who can apply for these trainings?
These are for our members.
For members of...
Yeah, they do pay a small fee because we have the HRD Corp fund. So 99% of the hoteliers, they come into this program and we train them. That's how we are different from other industries. And maybe I can share. Yeah.
Is this what you wanted to share?
Yeah, this is.
Can we roll that again? Can we ask for our studio director to roll that again?
Yeah, we started with, this is a tie-up with MAH and Tourism Malaysia. Anticipating this year, we started rolling out in late last year. This is called Visit Malaysia 2026 Malaysian Hospitality at MAH.
Right.
So what we are going around is, we are going around all the hotels. We have 13 chapters, right up to Sabah, Labuan and all that, retraining back our standard of service, elevating especially the frontline staffs. You know, going back to the warm greetings that we know of, our rich Malaysian culture, service conversations, service recovery, enhancing our Malaysian brand, the Mesra Malaysia, you know, the salutation, Sayangi Malaysia.
From the hand to the heart.
From the hand to the heart.
Right.
This was kind of lost for 2-3 years, so we are bringing back the warmness, you know, service with smile, service with quality.
Right.
Yeah. So this is going on nationwide, Mr. Gerard.
There is a sort of it is true and it's not true. Okay, this information about, and it's not in the questions. I'll come back to the questions. So we talk about, and this is something I want to say, the standards of English in this country. I hear a lot of my friends saying that when I go to a hotel, the standards of English isn't very good. Now, if you go to a hotel in Thailand, or if you go to a hotel in Jakarta or Bali in Indonesia, the standards of English isn't great. It's the service. So I think we're sometimes intersecting that and getting it wrong.
Correct,
I mean, you cannot expect hotel staff to speak like Farida American or and the late Ellen Zachariah,
or Mr. Gerard Ratnam,
or Mr. Gerard Ratnam, or Dato Yasmin Yusof. You know, you can't expect all that.
Yes.
But you know, you can. That
basic conversational English.
So, what have you come up with regards to, you know, a warm service? You know, is that now put together in a module where people can understand, or younger people can understand when they get into the service?
Yes, this was discussed during our MAH board. We saw this one. I cannot deny that after the COVID-19, the standard of English kind of dropped, you know, exodus of staff, you know. So what we do, that one of the main popular courses is hospitality English.
Right.
The basic salutation,
but don't you think we're being hard on ourselves by saying the standards of English have dropped when CEOs and company directors themselves can't speak in the English language, or you know, some of them think they can speak in the English language?
True, sir. But because MAH, we run 4-star, 5-star and all that, and you know, 5-star mostly international travelers. We can't like brush it under the carpet.
Right.
So we still carry on with this communication English, hospitality English and all that, which is core. And every hotel, they have their training and development department.
Right.
They have these courses running.
Okay, I need to move very quickly.
Yes,
I'd like to talk about the disconnect between hotel star ratings and real guest satisfaction. Do you see a disconnect? That's, and we are now currently at question number 5.
Yes, sir.
If so, how should the rating system evolve to, say, better reflect the priorities of the traveler today?
Okay, star rating and real guest experience is not different, but both complements each other. Okay, star rating, as I said earlier, is a compliance audit and a review, whereby you have the cleanliness audit, service audit, product or facilities audit, and amenities audit. All right. So the real guest experience must first fulfill these 4 criteria. All right, and so star rating must evolve accordingly. That's where we have our engagement with MOTEC, all right, that we must tailor it to today's travelers' need. As I told you, COVID-19 was a game changer.
Right.
So like service delivery, now they want it fast and quick. Guest engagement, now with digitalization, AI, robotics and all that, you have mobile apps. You don't have to call the front office and bug them. The FAQs are handled by the mobile app. This is how it's going. And MOTEC and under the Jabatan Pelaksanaan, whereby they are in charge of the star rating, we have regular reviews. some are redundant already, and sustainability is becoming big now.
Right.
So we have put in sustainability criteria also.
Right.
But
so which brings me to this. Sustainability is increasingly important for travelers, and this is with Visit Malaysia Year 2026. Not only that, and moving beyond, I guess, to highlight eco-conscious tourism. Well, the question is, how are Malaysian hotels integrating ESG practices into their operations and digital systems this year? Of course, you talked about AI and all that, not answering phones. That's all well and good. But beyond that, what other plans are in store?
Okay, just to add on just now, the difference with the star rating and the real get experience here, you can't put everything on the manual, because this is people business. How you take care and how you make the guest feel is very important, right or not? So the deco are just there, then it's forgotten. All right, so coming back to your question on sustainability and ESG practices, okay, 2030 is the benchmark whereby all industries must report some kind of sustainability measures, or reporting, or carbon footprint and all. In 2024, we came up with ESG for hotels and resorts, very comprehensive certification, whereby we have the awareness, the auditing and the certification. We tied up with SGS, a leading certification and testing body from Swiss, is 200-year-old, and many hotels in MA have embarked on the E, the S and the G, the environment, the service and the governance. And I'm happy.
Have they been certified?
Yes. Whale Hotel Ipoh was recently the first in Malaysia to go through this, and they were certified. And another 10 hotels are on the way to be certified. And this is quite, I would say this ESG is quite comprehensive. It's just like the A level. But we have the O level, whereby we have the MOTEC green standards, which is easier. It's more on the E part. This has been running for a few years, and it's on the environmental part, the water management, the energy efficiency, the chemical management, wastewater.
It becomes technical.
Yes.
It becomes very
and
technical.
Penang, Penang has started with Penang Green Hotel Council, whereby they have embarked all the hotels to adopt the green and sustainability measures. And they have put a deadline of 2030 as a guideline.
Right.
And also we have incorporated the digital aspect of ESG also. Less paper usage, less carbon footprint, less food wastage.
Right. It's all well and good, but 2030, I mean, with AI moving so fast and our benchmark is 2030, shouldn't it be earlier? That's just a question to ask ourselves. But I guess, I'm sure there are more challenges you see. What are the biggest challenges Malaysian hotels are facing this year in 2026?
Okay, there are a few, but I would zero down to three. The main one I mentioned before, the staffing of the manpower, So this is really, we are picking up. We lost the rank and file to gig industry and their own business. And also the foreigners, during that COVID 2 years, many of them left. We were quite dependent, especially the 3D, aspect, whereby our locals refrain from doing that. They want to be at the front desk, maybe the front office, maybe the waiter job, but nobody wants to do the housekeeping part because it's very tough, cleaning rooms and all that. That's number one. Number two is the operating costs has somewhat really spiked up. For example, the electricity tariff with the introduction of ICPT, imbalance cost pass-through. In 2023, the electricity tariff was hiked up from 4 cents per kilowatt hour to 20 cents. So this caught hotel operation cost increased by 34 to 40%. And with the SST from 6% to 8%, the music licenses fee rising up. So
it's all compounding as we speak.
So making very difficult for hotel management and hotel
Right. So
owners.
who would you want this message to go out to policymakers?
This is the policymakers, yeah.
Yeah.
So because we just recovered from the pandemic, and this thing made this very difficult to cope up with.
Right.
So that's what you can see many hotels remain closed or half closed.
Right.
But only recently, due to the hike up of travelers 2025 and 26, seeing new hotels being opened up and such.
Right.
Yeah.
We have to move very quickly. I've got 2 or 3 more questions for you. We'll go with this one. Malaysia is competing with regional destinations like Thailand, Singapore and Indonesia. What do you see as the unique competitive advantage of Malaysian hotels, and where do we risk losing ground if current gaps, like you said, compounding bills, tariff on electricity, and what else is going up? Where do you see those gaps, and what can we do to better our edge with regards to service to be better than Indonesia, Thailand, and others in the region?
Yeah, main thing I would like to highlight here is the policy part and the gaps that we are losing out. Hoteliers are losing out to STRA, short-term rental accommodations. So our policy makers, there are many Airbnb running around, unregulated, unlicensed premises. So this is not a level playing field for hotels, whereby we pay a lot of licenses, fees, taxes. So our government really need to look into it. We are promoting, but the numbers are not there. The occupancy is not there. Where do they go? They go to Airbnb. And on the unique selling propositions, we are known with our service culture, our DNA, Malaysian hospitality, one of the best. We are among there, Thailand, Indonesia. And what you said earlier, we speak better English. And the understanding, everybody speaks good English. We are a food haven, so we must maintain the quality and cleanliness. Our pricing rate, we are the cheapest in Southeast Asia. And now we have the Muslim-friendly hotels, MFA, whereby we are recognized. We have about 70 hotels are fully Muslim-friendly hotels. This is for the emerging Muslim markets. Our digital presence is quite good with all the OTAs, Booking.com, Trip.com, Agoda and all that, and the direct booking engines. So that's our unique USP. And of course, last but not least is the safety and security measures. No country is safer than Malaysia.
Right. Okay, so safety and security, no country is safer than Malaysia. We've established and ascertained that very quickly. What is your key message to hotel operators and policymakers to ensure Malaysia or the Malaysian hotel sector or Malaysia maintains a world-class tourism reputation or maintains its world-class tourism reputation in 2026?
Okay, 2 key messages here, hotel operators and policymakers. Okay, hotel operators must embrace digital. Yeah, we cannot run away. It's not we are replacing the staff, but it's enhancing the service. Nowadays, traveler, they want fast. And also with the mobile apps and all the preliminary questions, the FAQs are settled with mobile app. Those days, you have to call front office, you call again, the line is engaged. Now with mobile apps, everything can be done. So the basic questions to the front office, like the concierge, room service is done by the app. So hotel operators must embrace this. Of course, there's an initial cost. So hotel operators must look beyond that. And number 2, staffs. Again, that's the the key. Hotel operators must spend money and time on training, reskilling the staffs and all. This is very important.
Right, and I think that is key. Hotel operators must spend on the training and well-being of staff. You always have the director, the CEO, and all the C-suite level people here earning a nice fat salary, and people down there. So you talk about 3D jobs. I think 3D jobs will be taken. I'll even take up a 3D job if the pay
is good.
If the remuneration is great. Yeah.
rightly said, the hotel must look into the rank of the salary package and all, because the gig was a disruptive. So hotels need to look at their package and all, because hoteliers, they work very long hours.
Right.
They work weekends.
Right.
They work holiday, public holidays.
Yep.
So the package, hotel operators, then they will get good staffs.
So I mean, we need to make sure that the hotel industry, I mean, is viable for everyone. Saying if you're earning a great salary running a hotel, what about the people under you working in a hotel? And I think that's my message to people running hotels at this point. Now, the hospitality sector continues to be a vital pillar of Malaysia's tourism industry, shaping first impressions and overall experiences. As the industry evolves to meet rising expectations, maintaining strong service standards and accountability will be key in safeguarding the country's reputation as a leading destination. That's something we must think about.
Yeah.
That's all the time we have for now. I'm Jared Ratnam. Thanks for watching, and follow us for more in-depth conversations right here on Bernama TV. This has been The Nation on Bernama TV. Thank you very much, Mr. Isaac.